Have you been learning about feminine energy and reading about it, listening to YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, and you really can identify that you want or need more of your feminine energy in your life, but you don't want to lose that edge? Meaning you're really a go-getter, you're ambitious, you know how to go and get things, you know how to make things happen, and your career is flourishing. You probably work a lot in your masculine energy. You work maybe with a lot of men or in a masculine field, and so you don't want to lose that part of you because you still want to keep going and keep thriving in your career. But you also want the feminine, you also want the softness, you also want the receptivity, the magnetism. Maybe you want to flourish more in your love life, in your relationships. You want that part of you to blossom. So what is a woman to do? I know exactly where you're coming from. I've worked with women in Wall Street in the financial district for many years, and I know that they are competitive, they're ambitious, they're working with a lot of men. They have to be sharp, they have to be focused, they have to be go-getters, and they were always concerned, but they didn't want to turn into like a soft little Marilyn Monroe at work because then she'll be eaten alive. So you still want to keep that edge. And so I worked with many clients in changing their mindset and also helping them to embody their feminine energy without losing their edge at work, so they can flourish not only in their career, but in their love life, in their relationships, in their beauty, and in their health. So in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly what to do to embody your feminine energy without losing your edge. The first thing that I want us to really get out of the way is that once you embrace your feminine energy, it's not like it takes over you and it overrides you and you have no control. You're just going to turn into this soft siren all the time. It's really about, it's a muscle, it's a skill, it's an embodiment, it's an energy that you cultivate and that you're able to, with your own awareness, turn it on, turn it up when it's time, and also to allow your masculine to thrive and to drive your life and to really give you that direction, that focus. The point is that we don't want to be all the way in our masculine all the time, because then we're not able to attract masculine energy, healthy masculine energy to us. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes to romance, to love, to our health, to our beauty, to our self-care, to rest, that's when we're going into our feminine energy. So it doesn't mean that when you learn this work, you're going to then go to work and be different and not be able to access your masculine. Over the years, you have developed masculine energy and it has served you well. And so I'm not one of those people, and I will never tell you to throw your masculine energy away at all. You developed it, you cultivated it for a reason, and you should continue to work in that energy. You should continue to thrive in the directionality that your masculine energy has given you. I'm from New York. New York women, we have a lot of masculine energy. I'm never going to diminish it or throw it away because I need it, because I use it when I go out, when I'm traveling, when I have to be aware, when I have to do and work in my business, when I have to work even with leading and guiding my children. That masculine energy is mine, and it's beautiful because it gives me the structure for my feminine energy to flow. It gives me a sense of safety that I create within myself for my feminine energy to flourish. So we need the masculine in order for our feminine energy to feel safe. When the masculine is overriding all of the time, that's when it gets tricky. So the first thing to do to activate your feminine energy without losing your edge is to know that to not judge yourself for having the masculine energy, to embrace that part of you because that's beautiful. You develop that for a reason. You have a skill set. It's kind of like you have a muscle and you've worked that muscle for so long and that muscle is strong. Now we're going to work the other muscle, which is the feminine, and so that you can dance in both worlds. So you're not just lopsided and always going to, like, if you have a hand that's more strong, anytime you need to lift something heavy, you're going to go to that stronger hand. Well, that means that your default setting is in your masculine, if that's the energy that you embody most of the time. And so we want to change that so that you have more of a balance, more harmony, that you have more time, that you've cultivated your feminine energy. So when it's time to be basking in your feminine, you have this energy to dance in. You have cultivated it in your life. So that's very important. Tip number 1 is that you're going to actually start a weight training system. I know this seems counterintuitive because weight training seems like it's very masculine, but it actually helps you to channel that masculine energy in a way that supports your feminine. Let me explain. When you are building muscle, you're releasing lots of stress. It's also very healthy for your body. As a woman, you want to continue to build muscle because it helps you to tap into your fountain of youth. It increases your immune system. It helps you to balance your hormones, and it reduces stress. So, and it also increases a little bit of your testosterone in a positive way to keep your sexual energy flowing. Trust me. As you get older, into your late 30s, early 40s, as a woman, your hormones begin to change. Your ovarian reserve begins to start to diminish a little bit. And so you want to begin to develop, build muscle so that you can continue to produce energy, that you continue to have a production of energy, a production of your vitality, that there's not atrophy in your body, meaning that your muscles are not working anymore, so they get weaker, and there's this more of like a downward pull into your energy, a downward pull into your vitality. You want to build muscle so that your vitality goes up, so that your energy is circulating, so that you don't have as much stress. Stress will not only aid you, but stress will keep you deep in the masculine. It will keep you deeper into your mental plane, because you'll be circulating the mental stress in your mind as opposed to releasing it and pushing it out through your exercise. If you have a morning practice, for example, me, at the time of this video, I'm 41 years old, and I wake up, not every morning, but most mornings, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do some weights. I'm going to start to work with weights. I know that, and it's not for a long time, it's for a short time. I know that when I do that weight session, not only does it increase my vitality, but mentally makes me strong, because I know if I push myself a little bit in that workout, I can then expand that resilience, expand that strength into other areas of my life. So that if you're just in the masculine, that means that expansion is happening. I was about to speak Spanish. Solamente. The expansion is happening solamente, only in the cerebral part. So you're only working and really pushing yourself here in the mental plane. So all of the heat stays in here. When we exercise and we push ourselves, we build that muscle, we increase that vitality, we're pushing that energy down into the body and then out through our sweat, out through taking that vital energy and pushing it, moving it out so that it's not just static, it's not just here. And so for me, my workouts are sacred. I love them because they give me energy, they give me more vitality. I can pick my kids up, no problem. They're getting big and I can just swoop them up. And so that's really important. It's really important for you as a woman who has more expression in the masculine, to start to move that energy deep down into your body and connect to your body and feel the power and the prowess and the vitality in your body. it's almost as if you're staying in the mental plane too much. You want to get down into the body, into the deeper layers of yourself, and become kind of like a little bit more animalistic, less logical, and more into your natural animalistic ways. It's almost like a lioness. When she steps into, seducing her lover, or she's going to catch her prey. A lioness is not second guessing herself. Watch the Nature Channel. They're not thinking about, oh, how do I look today? Am I catching this prey? Am I getting fat? Is my belly too big? Did I do that other thing? They don't care. They're in the moment, and they're getting their prey, or they're playing with their cubs, or they're just having and living life. And I believe that we need to be more into the deeper layers of our own expression of ourselves, our own authenticity, and not in the mental plane guessing, but getting deeper into the body. And by doing some weight training, lightweight training, that can really, really help you. If you already have a weight training practice, then I would suggest that you do your yoga. So you want to begin to not only do the weight training, but you want to also get long and to relax your muscles, and to get into the stretching. So you don't want to get really tight, but you want to get elongation and bring breath into the body, agility into the body, vitality into the body. So if you're already doing a lot of weight training, do some stretching, do some deep breaths, opening in the hips, all that good stuff. The second thing is, when you want to embody your feminine energy without losing your edge, is to have healthy boundaries. If you are in your masculine, I don't know why in this video I really want to speak Spanish. If you are if you are spending a lot of time in your masculine, it means that you're showing up and being of service a lot. It means that when you're at work, you're working. Let's say you create products, you're creating products for people. Let's say you have a service-based business, you're in service. So you're working, you're producing, you're helping the team, you're leading people. Your energy is going out. Your energy is going out a lot. You're making deals. You're writing contracts. You're a badass. Your energy is still going out, because that's the masculine. It's pushing your energy. It's pushing your thoughts, your energy out into the world. You're penetrating the world with your energy. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is that you have to remember, or you have an invitation to remember, that there's moments of pushing out, and there's moments of receptivity and coming back in. Just like the ocean goes out and then it comes back in, you have to create moments of receptivity. You are not a man. Men, their hormones are different. They don't change from day to day to day as we do. And so the more that you create space to have healthy boundaries around your energy, the more that your energy will be valued. And I know that this paradigm can be really challenging, especially if you have a very masculine job, you have a lot of schooling, you know that if I put in 40 hours, I'm going to get this result. And it's always been like that for you. In the realm of the feminine, it's different. And so the invitation is, as you drop deeper down into your body, you're going to prioritize your rest and your self-care more, because that will then turn on your magnetism. So everything that you do, you're doing it with more power, with more force, with more vitality. You're going to be recognized more. You're going to be supported more. And I know that can be a mind fuck for a lot of us, but hear me out. When you're in your masculine energy, you're showing up and you're being of service. You're showing up and you're saying, I can help with this, I can lead this, I can do that. And you've been rewarded for the more energy that you put out. When you take a step back into your receptivity, when you take more moments to rest, when you take more moments to drop into your body and to say, is this actually a yes? Or am I just doing this to be getting towards a different goal? Am I just doing this? Am I overexerting myself? Am I exhausted? Did I eat today? Did I use the restroom enough? Am I hydrated? Am I taken care of? So it's taking a pause between saying yes to things and checking in with your body. It's very important. The more that you take care of your body, the more that you turn your focus inward and really care for your body vessel, the actual more benefits and blessings and roads will open up for you. And it seems counterintuitive, but this world of the feminine is very different and it's very, very powerful. We have been conditioned to think that feminine energy is weak. We've been conditioned to think that feminine energy is unreliable. We've been conditioned in the patriarchy, in the masculine, to think that everything has to be the same every single day. And if it changes, then it's unreliable. The reality is the only thing we can really count on is that things are going to change. And that when we're in the realm of the feminine, we embrace change because we embrace our nature, which is changing every single day. Our cycle changes. We are a different person who, from ovulation to our luteal phase, we're different. It's a different expression of us. And yet still it is us. So to embody your feminine energy without taking your edge means dropping into your body more and more and more before you say yes, before you agree to do the extra thing, because there's going to be opportunities that are going to arise. More opportunities are going to come the less that you do in your hustle, in your grind frequency. The world is frequency. And so as you uplift yourself in your feminine energy, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing your meditations, you're taking care of your body, your skin is starting to glow more, you have more access to your body, to your sacred sexual energy. All of these things compile onto each other, illuminate you even more to open up doors for opportunities for you. I'll give you an example. I used to work as a model and I used to just say yes to any and every job. I just wanted to have the exposure and to work with different makeup artists and different photographers. And so I was yes, hustle, work. And I remember I had said yes to a job that was very, very far, and I didn't really want to do it, but I was like, oh, I need, this, I need to work more. I need to show that I'm working. I was just in that type of flow, that type of frequency, very much in my masculine doing. And so I did the job and it was very, very far away. That same day, I'll never forget, it was a Monday, I got called to do another job for Essence magazine. And when I showed up to the Essence casting, I was full of makeup that wasn't good and I was exhausted. Had I said no to that job that my body was telling me no, I could have said yes to Essence and opened up doors for me, because if it's about illumination, right? And so when we take a moment to pause, and we take a moment to reflect and remember, we're not just human doings, we're human beings. Tapping more into our body, different opportunities are going to rise. You're going to be you're going to set off a different frequency, and that frequency is going to open up doors for you can't even imagine. And that's how we work with the frequency of the feminine. And especially important as you get older, because you have less of this energy that just needs to be around people. You want to be more into a more secluded circle. Sometimes you just want to just be in your vibe of people who have the same frequency as you. And so that puts you in the position to do that. Third thing that I want you to do to activate your feminine energy without losing your masculine edge is to begin a nice, healthy meditation practice. Meditation is a beautiful way to access your feminine energy and just to transform as a human. Because when we meditate, we begin to be the observer. We begin to observe ourselves. It's like you coming back and you're just observing yourself. And you can really see your programming. You can see your automatic responses. You can see your triggers. And so it takes you a little bit into your inner world, and it's where your inner world then flourishes. And so it allows you your inner world to flourish, and that is the world of the feminine, is the subconscious mind, is the inner world. And so you want access to that inner world so that you can heal, so that you can see yourself, so that you're not just a puppet of your past and you're just reenacting all these triggers that you haven't had a chance to reflect on, that you can be in control of your life and of your destiny and be commanding your life in a way, because you're taking this deep self-reflection and self-awareness. So meditation is a beautiful way to really look inside yourself and to take moments of reflection and to rest your mental. If you're working in a high stress job, if you have so much stress on you, if you're constantly striving, it means you're using a lot of your mental energy. It means that when you're probably on a date or with your lover or with your kids, you can't shut work off. Work is just keeps going in the background of your brain. You're not really present. You're not really present for your life. And so your relationships aren't able to be deep because you're not present for people. You can be looking at someone, but you're just thinking about work and contracts and clients and how you need to do this and how, like, it doesn't shut off. Well, meditation is what's going to enable that to shut off in a beautiful way, so that when you're at work, you're fully present at work, you're giving it your all, you're present, you're able to see the details of things, you're able to be even better in your work because you're just fully present. And then when you're home and you're resting and you're with your family and you're with your children and you can be present to them and you can look into their eyes and you can have those beautiful, delicious moments that makes life worth living. That's Oshun energy, by the way. It's the energy that makes life worth living. So having a healthy spiritual life is very important to living and relishing in your feminine energy without losing your edge. Develop your spirituality. Develop a healthy relationship with yourself, with your inner world. Be able to really sit, see yourself, love yourself, full compassion, I love me, all of that. Very important. This next one is a game changer. Sisterhood. I cannot stress this enough, especially if you are a working professional, especially if you are an entrepreneur. You're going to need some friends who are also entrepreneurs, or get into a mastermind or get into a group, start a group yourself. But you're going to need a channel of other women who are entrepreneurs or high-level professionals such as yourself, so that you guys can talk and get all of that out. It's not easy to be an entrepreneur. It's a very challenging but beautiful road, right? It's about really self-discovery and journey and learning so much about yourself. If you ever want to develop as a human being, start a business. But if you don't have an outlet to put all of that mental energy, you're going to put it into your relationship. You're going to start to talk about work all the time with your partner. When you bring a lot of work home into your relationship, it kills the polarity. Polarity is that juicy magnetism of the opposites, and we experience ourselves through looking at the opposite. And so we're able to really flourish and really feel safe when we experience the masculine. Be able to really feel juicy and feel rested when we're in the presence of the masculine. But what happens is a lot of us will bring all of this work stuff home, and all you can talk about with your partner is your business, is your job, is what's going on with your career, with your clients, with the contracts, with your co-workers, with your boss, and it's like all you're talking about. That diffuses the polarity in your relationship. That diffuses that desire. And your relationship can suffer because of that. So the antidote to that is to get into a mastermind, to get into a group of women that have good energy, meaning they're not gossiping, they're not on a low frequency, but they have ambition, they have goals, they're on the same journey as you, and you guys can convene and you guys can like put your energy there, and you can talk to them and you can let it out there. Not saying that you can't talk about work with your partner. Of course you're going to, but you're not going to dump all of work on your partner. In the West, what has happened is that we become so isolated in our relationships, in our nuclear families, that it puts a very big strain on our relationships, on our marriages. Because what we used to go to for our sisters, we're going to in our relationships. In sisterhood circles, we used to go to our sisters and talk about business and talk about daily life and talk about all of our things and everything that's going on. And we used to do lots of grooming practices together and lots of beautifying practices together. And we used to get really, really nourished in our sisterhood groups. And that still happens in other parts of the world. But if you're here in the West, we're so isolated that we take all of that energy and we put it on our partner. And our partner puts this stuff on us too, because they used to have the man fire where the men would go together and they would share skills and they would talk about things and work things out. We're doing all of that in our relationships. It's killing the polarity. It's killing the juiciness, the mystery, the magnetism. And so I highly suggest you get yourself a group, a women's group, a professional group, where you guys go and you talk about what CRMs you're using and like all of the things, and you can like really digest your day, digest your business stuff there. And then you have less to dump on. You have less to place onto your partner, so that keeps things really, really juicy. And if you don't have a marriage yet, or you don't have a partner yet, what can happen too is if you don't have an outlet for all of your business stuff, then you'll show up on a date and like that's all you have to talk about. It's like, oh yeah, my business, because we love our businesses, we love our careers, and I don't want us to feel like we shouldn't be proud of that. There's a time and space for everything. And so in our relationships, to make them really juicy and to make them deep is to be present in the moment and to bring our other side out, the feminine side. The feminine side that's going deeper into things. The feminine side that pulls the energy deeper into the deeper meanings of life, that can be so many things, so many flavors. But it's very, very important to keep that sisterhood, to have sisterhood, to be in sisterhood. Also, when you're around other women, it helps to increase your feminine energy. It increases your feminine energy because you feel nourished by the feminine, because you can see yourself in your sisters and you can learn from each other. You can grow from each other. You can heal. There's different energy of healing that women embody that we have naturally that is just accessible through feminine energy. How to embody your feminine energy without losing your edge is to cultivate your own healthy, unique expression of your sacred sexuality. Is tapping into the womb space, tapping into your body, and allowing that creative life force energy to flow through you. Many of us have a lot of emotions stored in the pelvis, and so as we do some healing practices, be it belly dance or sensual stretch or different healing modalities that can really open up the energy of the hips, you allow this vital energy, the sacred sexual, to move through you in a healthy way. And let me tell you, if you want to excel in business, if you want to excel in your career, having unblocked sacred sexuality is going to unlock so much prosperity for you. If you look at all of the top artists in the world, you don't have to be that overt with it. It's just an energy that you're tapped into, that you walk with. It's unlocked. It's not leaking, but it's tapped in. And so when you heal that part of you, that will help you so much in life. That will help you so much with prosperity. That will help you so much in your career. It'll give you an extra edge. And I'm not saying that you have to place this energy on anyone. It's not about that. It's about embodying it in your body only, holding it, owning it, walking with it in life. It unlocks doors. It makes you extremely alluring, magnetic, powerful. And again, I'm not saying to be in this energy, to put the energy on anyone. No, you're walking in it for you. You have this unblocked womb energy. When you unblock the womb energy, you unblock this vitality. It's the second chakra. That's the chakra of money, prosperity, creativity. You unlock so much because you can come up with, there can be problems in your business. There can be problems in your career. Well, when you're tapped into that creative part of you, when that energy is flowing, all the solutions are there. Solutions arise naturally. But when it's blocked, when it's heavy, you're walking with a lot of heaviness, a lot of density, then the creativity, you have less access to it. So if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you have this problem and it won't be solved, if you feel like you constantly just putting out fires all the time, take moments to really cultivate your sacred sexuality. Hold your womb. Give your womb a womb massage. Take baths. Do some yoni steaming. Do some jade egg work. Get into some belly dancing or some different dancing that's really going to open up your hips, going to open up your energy, that's going to ground you. So as women, we used to do a lot of dancing. I always say that as human beings, right, we're modern human beings, but our bodies are ancient. Our bodies used to sit by the fire. Our bodies used to live in tribes with other women, with other families. We used to be in community. We used to dance at a fire every night, and that dancing was a release. That dancing was also a way we connected with the earth, but it was a way that we also channel creativity to us. And so you dance, connecting with the earth. The creativity is going to come to you. The solutions are going to come to you. the even the is even the feeling of like release, that you can feel stuck and you can feel like the burden of life is just on you. But when you're dancing, it's a release. It's a freedom in your energy, it's a freedom in your body, it's a freedom in the way that you hold your life, the way that you hold your energy. And so I always encourage dancing. If you want dance classes, yoga classes, meditation, sensual stretch, you can join my membership. It's in the link in the description box. The next thing I'm going to say is that to really embody your feminine energy, to really have your feminine energy and not lose your edge, is to continue to do your inner work, is to continue to look at yourself and to continue to grow and evolve. If we're too in the masculine, we think in a certain way and we think, I'm like this. I'm always gonna be like this. This is my identity, and it's this little box. And we're like, well, this is me. I'm like this. And we don't give ourselves the opportunity to grow and rebirth ourselves. So in the masculine, it's very much like static. I'm this way, I'm in this box. The feminine is a rebirth. That's why the snake is very sacred to the divine feminine, because the snake sheds its skin. What do we do every month? We shed, we rebirth ourselves, we give birth to ourselves. We have an egg that is released every month if you still have your cycle, and that egg is the potential for life. That egg is energy. And so we're constantly birthing and rebirthing versions of ourselves, and it gives you the opportunity to peel back the layers of who you were being and step into who you're becoming, and embracing that, embracing change, embracing rebirth. So doing the inner work of like, hey, there's some aspects of me I don't like. Where is it coming from? Why am I anxious? Why am I frustrated? Why do I get so angry when my kids take a long time to put their shoes on? Like really taking that reflection and not just being like, oh, I'm just this way. But it's questioning it so that we can really learn ourselves. I'm huge on knowledge of self. Learn thyself, know thyself, because we're constantly evolving. And sometimes these painful, a lot of times, all the time, these painful instances that we have, these painful experiences that we have are actually an opportunity for us to grow. The painful experiences that you have are opportunities for you to grow into who you need to become, or who you're meant to become, or who you're destined to become. It's about your destiny. And being in the feminine is embracing that. It's embracing change. So all of these things are about embracing the feminine energy, but not cutting off the masculine. We're using the masculine in a way that's going to serve us. So you can still be a badass in your business. You're still going to grow. You're still going to heal, but you're also going to flourish in your relationships. You're also going to increase your magnetism. You're also going to rest, prioritize your health. You're going to do your glow up, so that when you are charging forward in your masculine energy, you're charging forward in such a nourishing, wholesome, harmonious way that you are just a badass in your career. You're ambitious, you're growing, you're a go-getter, but you also have this richness of your relationships, of your ability to be present, of your softness and your receptivity. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. And if you did enjoy this video, I know you're going to enjoy this one. It is all about the divine masculine, how to embody it in a way that's going to serve you and help you flourish in your life. I'll see you soon. Peace and love.